Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our quick publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Podcasting to you from my field here in beautiful rural Ireland, I'm Trev Downey, and this is the Anfield Index Podcast, episode number 350 something, which Lisa Marie will clarify later on, no doubt. And I am joined by Lisa Marie Hanahan, by Karl and by Guy Drinkle in this Christmas edition of the podcast. Cam Branch unfortunately couldn't join us today. He's at work as we're recording, and later on we had planned to do it, but something came up for Cam, so we said we'd go ahead, and thankfully all the lads were able to do it. So here we are together again to do a Christmas podcast, and I do have a quiz for the guys later on. I'm not sure how much of the podcast that will be. It has the potential to be a lot of it. I don't know how much football talk these guys want to do, but we will get to that eventually. Let me just say hello to everybody first. Then I have a wonderful little Christmas song to start us off. Feel free to join in at home if you want. It's quite catchy. And then we'll see if anybody else has any openers that they want to do. Specifically, we can come back to them for those. But let's start with Lisa Marie, who's going to clarify the episode number for us in this role that I've given her because I'm useless. How are you, my friend?
Yes, welcome to episode 351 of the Anfield Index Podcast, and greetings from the frozen tundra, formerly known as Middle Tennessee. It is currently -2 degrees with a wind chill of -21. That's Fahrenheit. So Celsius would be -13 with a wind chill of -29. So, baby, it is cold outside.
Wow, that's quite extreme for you guys.
It is. And it was, I don't know, roughly 40 something degrees warmer than that. Yes, this time yesterday.
Oh,
it just dropped within a couple hours last night. It was like, bam.
I read about this. I was listening to a podcast, and the guy recording it, he records from Fredericksville in Texas.
Yep. Yeah, they got it first.
Yeah, they were talking about the Arctic blast that was coming down, and
yes,
they were literally recording as they were recording a show. It's a long show, it's 3 hours, but the temperature dropped like quite dramatically, 10-15 degrees, but then it returned again. So I think
no, it's supposed to be now. Today I think is the coldest day. It's supposed to be slightly warmer tomorrow, but we're on track to have the coldest Christmas in Middle Tennessee since 1985. So,
well, that just sounds seasonal. Seasons are good. I like
but
seasons.
It's not snowy. There is a dusting of snow on the ground. I mean, we didn't even get an inch. It's just cold.
Yeah, well, I'd love to feel sympathy.
Like, that's super cold. I mean, we don't generally. This is extreme cold even for us. So.
Well, I would love to feel sympathy, Lisa Marie, but we just had a week where every morning I went out to my car, it was saying -5 or something. So thank God I did actually get this latest car that actually can heat my arse as I'm driving along.
Mine has that too.
It was freezing. It was freezing.
Well, that's the image we all came for this show.
Yes, toasty buns.
The AIP Christmas special, an arse's story. We move.
Yes. Well, everybody knows there's an ass central to the Christmas story. If you listen to all your hymns, you'll know that. The two voices you heard coming in there were Karl first and Guy Drinkle. So Karl, I'll go to you. Glad you could join us, my friend. We haven't had the company of your pleasure for the last couple. How are you getting on? What's the latest adventures in Callback land?
Adventures is pushing it a bit. I'm not very well. I've got a virus of some sort, which I thought was a cold, but I'm not. There's still no snot. I'm going to shout at the dog. Unbelievable. I don't know how he does it. Honestly, it's like he knows I'm doing stuff. Yeah, but I'm very sad about Terry Hall. That's a big loss. That it really is, and that affected me as much as Bowie, I think. So yeah, that's that. But no, all set up for Christmas. I'm going to my brother-in-law's in literally the second we stop recording. I have a bag packed. I've got a nice parka. It's my birthday recently. My girlfriend bought me a big parka, which is roughly 7 times the size of my body, which is fantastic.
Love it.
We get real winters here. None of this American nonsense.
Exactly.
I can tell you that in my latest football career meanderings, it was so cold a couple of Fridays ago that my team warmed up while wearing our coats. Shorts on, still shorts and boots.
Real men playing parkas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm loving this imagery. And by the way, how dare you come at me about mental images in the listeners' ears when you're talking about your snot within 2 sentences, lad?
True.
This is
well, no,
this
I
is
haven't got any
interesting.
snot. That's the thing. I haven't got any.
Okay.
No, when you just think, oh, I've got something coming, I've got a cold coming, and it's not moving on to the next stage.
Yeah,
I'm not happy to move on. I'm like,
there's so many weird viruses. I haven't had a flu for 5 years, and whatever happened in the last 2 weeks, I've got this thing where if I breathe in quickly, and this is really weird because I've been training pretty hard and I'm doing well, I'm pretty fit and healthy at the moment, but when I breathe in hard, there's a catch which makes me cough, and then I realize, oh, I'm not quite right here. And that's been going on for 2.5 weeks now, and it got pretty bad, so I tried the old doctor antibiotic thing for the first time in about 5 years. I was really pissed off doing it, and I'm nearly finished and it's done nothing. So you can piss off with your conventional medicine. I'm going to go back to eating grass and rubbing leaves against my face and other holistic practices that I just make up on the spot.
Populations again.
Hey, now, I shared all of those lovely, virus clearing tips.
Yeah, none of them worked.
You didn't do any of those?
I did all of them. None of them worked. None of them worked. I threw everything at the wall, believe me. Guy Drinkle, you're a man who likes to play a bit of outdoors football as well, in small-sided teams. Have you ventured out onto a pitch in recent weeks? Were you trying to recreate your World Cup images in your head as you took to any five-a-side pitches of late?
There is no penis trophy here, Trev, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's such a real. No, the football's gone. My mate, who I played five-a-side with, he decided to be a weirdo and join the army and moved down south, so I can't play anymore. So sad times. Now I'm just sat indoors, pretty much. I played FIFA. Does that count?
Well, it's as close as I got to five-a-side for a while. Yeah.
I uninstalled FIFA afterwards, but that's a different story.
Oh yes, I've heard there's some issue there. In terms of the World Cup thing, just to finish up with that, because it's been such a feature, and I noticed after all the talk, I think I might be the only person I know who didn't watch it in the end. But it did seem overall that people are really getting a kick out of the games, Guy. I mean, there seems to be quite a high enjoyment level. After all the talk, am I wrong in that, or is it just because I was looking in from the outside, looking at people being quite animated about it and wondering, should I be sitting in front of my TV right now? Every time I check Twitter, it was like, oh my God, that's an amazing, or look, what is he doing there? People were really into it. What do you think of it overall?
Hello, I'm here to annoy you. I'm here to annoy you into listening to more of me and more of others on EPL Index. We don't just have the Anfield Index stuff. We've got EPL Index as well, which covers the entirety of the Premier League. And we have 3 podcasts and a whole bunch of really good writing on EPLindex.com. The podcasts are my own two-footed podcast, which is every day at 4 p.m, Monday through Friday, covering the whole league. We have A Tad Predictable, hosted by Tadiwa. You know Tadiwa, he does Anfield Index. He presents A Tad Predictable before every Premier League match week. And then Kevin DeVries and his crew on the EPL Roundtable. They're every week after the Premier League match week. So make sure you listen to everything we're doing on EPL Index and follow us there on Twitter at EPL Index. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Certainly after the first two rounds of the group stage games, it seemed to kick into gear. And I think it was nice having a mix of different stories as well. You had Morocco doing miracle stuff. You had the Messi narrative. I think by the end, a lot of people, apart from Brazilians, seemingly wanted Messi to win. And you kind of had the inevitability of France. And then for that to get beaten in such a mad game in the final was fun. But it was kind of a win for sport washing at the same time. So balance. It's a weird one. I was going to ignore the sport washing and stuff like that, which is impossible to do. I enjoyed the football. I enjoyed the Winter World Cup, which I never thought I would, but it was a nice break. Maybe it's just because Liverpool will kind of poo at the minute. It was a nice break from that. But if another Middle East country does this without like the slave labour and stuff, and we need another Winter World Cup, I wouldn't be against that. But obviously the other issues have been well documented, and I don't need to go over here because I'm sure everyone's done them to death by now. I'd be all right with another Winter World Cup. It's just the other stuff, very important surrounding stuff.
It'll also be, well, I'll retain judgment on one aspect, which is to see how it impacts the reason I'm into football, which is Liverpool, for the rest of the season. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens. And we couldn't really infer anything from last night's outing, I don't think. It's funny, you mentioned that about like everybody did seem to put it in a corner and just get on watching the matches. And then I said, I just posted something today from a pretty esteemed journalist called David Walsh talking about how, the whole thing had been comparatively well organized and comfortable, and his paper had instructed him not to say anything positive about the setup at all. And I thought that was very interesting and quite interesting in terms of how media coverage operates in general. But I had a few people biting away going, sports washing and human rights abuse. And I'm like, yes, I know. I didn't watch the fucking thing because of that. Like, I mean, what is wrong with, any opportunity people get to do an old virtue signal, they're straight in 2-footed, like flying their various flags. And I'm like, lads, do you know who have you ever listened to me talk? And I just thought it's a very interesting point. It doesn't mean I've suddenly gone full Alex Jones, like, Christ alive, lads, calm down. Anyway, I'm just getting off my high horse here because that kind of shit really bugs me. I have a lovely Christmas song for you. Do bear with it, because you may initially be wondering if I've lost the run on myself. I have not. It's about an hour. It's about a minute and 40 seconds or so. And by the end of it, if you'd like to join in, please do.
Christmas comes but once a year, and when it comes it brings good cheer, a season of goodwill and fun. And yet while most of us feel festive, Grinch is out there just get restive and spoil it all for everyone. Though it's too much to expect you to be nice, you'll find that life is easier with this advice. Try not to be a cunt, it's Christmas. Take a tip from Santa's help. The rest of us are doing our best to be jolly, so don't go looking like we swallowed a bunch of holly. Don't shout at carol singers and tell them to stop. Don't buy your presents from the Oxfam shop. For fuck's sake, be merry, have another sherry, and try not to be a cunt, 'cause Santa's coming. Try not to be a cunt, look at the reindeer. Try not to be a
How's that for festive?
I promise nothing.
Karl's dog didn't seem to enjoy that.
I think Karl's dog was loving it.
I'm going to kill it. Seriously.
Gee, I really enjoyed that. I got to giggle out of it later on.
Fascinating AIDA, that, isn't it?
It is fascinating AIDA. Good shout. I was unaware of the existence of these three ladies, but
they've been going on for ages. Yeah.
It's a nice little ditty that. So I have a question for you. Do you have anything you want to talk about specific, each of you individually, by way of a football issue or anything you want to talk about at the start of the show? And if so, let's do that. And if not, let's crack on with our Christmas quiz. So let's go in reverse order. Guy, was there anything you wanted to bring up at the start? You normally have something for us here, man.
I have something that you brought to my attention months in advance of this, Trev. So well done to you.
Oh,
doing homework. Right, Christmas film. If you had Home Alone, right, what film would you want to put and combine together to make Home Alone better?
Something with a shark.
You're on the right track.
Killer Furniture.
Oh God, now we're talking. But one hand we have. Oh. Sci-fi listens to this and they'll be making films. One hand we have Home Alone. The other hand we have Jaws. Sci-fi's put their hands together. Welcome to Santa Jaws.
Oh.
What a wonderful world this is.
Fantastic. I'm glad you went with this, because when I saw this a couple of months back, I was like, oh my God. Well, the poster's wonderful, right?
Yes, it's a comic. I do have some visual aids. Let me put these in for you. I will make these readily available on my Twitter as well.
Oh,
just to get a feeling, if you want to look in the chat there.
Oh my God, there's a beautiful HD image of a shark fin with a Santa hat on. That's what we're looking at.
Yes.
And then said shark coming up onto a pier with laser eyes.
Yes.
But look at the candy cane striped
horn,
whatever that is.
We go with horn.
Oh my God, I had failed to notice that. That's actually a part of him, is it?
Yes, that's his weapon.
The dude's impaled on it.
Yes.
His teeth are red and green, like lights.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yes, I shall now read the description, and I have a quote.
Please do.
This is where the Home Alone comes in. Trying to survive his family Christmas, Cody makes a wish to be alone, which ends up backfiring when a shark manifests and kills his entire family.
Oh, what a premise. What a glorious premise. I presume all the family walked down to the water's edge just to get killed.
How else would you avoid a shark?
Yeah, exactly.
See, by the trailer, all seemingly filmed on like two little like piers in a little port town by the looks of it.
Yeah. Tell me, give us the quote. Oh, actually, Guy, before you do, I've just checked. There's a Santa Jaws 2.
Yes.
Oh my.
I know.
I know what I'm doing after this podcast. Watching Santa Jaws 1 and 2. Right. So this is I'm presuming this is the family. So this is between Peter, Cody, Josh, and Caroline, who I presume is the mother. Peter. Now this thing is powerful, but it's not invincible. You boys said you hurt it with exploding ornaments. That's right. Yes, that's right. Well, if it can be hurt, it can be killed. I'm thinking we build something like this, and this could be this could cost a massive amount of potential energy, like pitching a baseball. Peter, exactly. Josh, let's give this shark something real to chew on. Cody, like a Christmas turkey, ... Rigged to explode, ? Caroline, don't even think about touching those turkeys. It's the only thing we have left on Christmas. Mum, we don't have a choice.
Oh, the stakes are high here.
And I've got another one. We all remember the end of Jaws, don't we? Smile, you son of a bitch.
Yes.
How about ho, 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 you son of a fish?
Oh, better again.
Nice.
Yes.
Let's be honest. They've just basically improved on the original every which way.
Jaws was indeed shite compared to this.
Utterly. I mean, you didn't see where's Jaws with a jolly hat?
Well, they couldn't even get a good film out of Michael Caine. How shit do you have to be?
Well, wasn't that 3D Jaws, though?
That was Jaws 4.
Yeah, was it?
3D Jaws was worse. No, they were both shit.
There was a 3D Jaws, definitely.
Yes, that was the one where it was like a water aquarium, big zoo thing, weird, where they had water tunnels.
I just love that you both know this.
Yes, I'd love a Jaws film.
I feel undereducated. I'll have to go.
Deep Blue Sea is the king of shit films.
Oh, actually, I'd agree with you that is good fun.
Because Samuel Jackson's just there, and then he's not there.
What was the point of? Do you reckon they ran out of money, or there was some?
He did make Snakes on a Plane a few years later, didn't he? So I think Samuel just knows what the people want, and that is the odd shit film.
Yeah, exactly. Just show your face in the odd. Do you remember The 51st Date? My God, he was good.
I love that film.
That is awful.
Yeah,
I love that film.
An awful film.
It's awful.
I think it's got a different name in America for Lisa Marie. I think.
Oh, does it?
I think it's got two names.
Why would they change the name in America when it's a reference?
It might be different for us. 51st Date names. No, this is good listening.
I'm not sure, Lisa Marie, if you know this one. It's got Robert Carlyle playing a Scouser and Samuel L. Jackson wearing a kilt for various reasons, and it's about gangsterism.
Yeah, it's Formula 51. Yeah.
Why would you do that? It's a reference to the United States of America. What? I don't understand that. That's remarkable.
Yes, I'm not familiar with that one, but
it's got
viewing
Meatloaf.
sorted for this evening. Yes.
Meatloaf plays a character called the Lizard, which
even better.
There you go.
Yeah, Meat was doing a lot of bits back in the day.
Mr. Meat, thank you.
Meat to his pals.
Meat
to his pals. Actually, there's a wonderful article about a Meatloaf concert in Ireland that I am going to send on to you guys later on. It's one of the best.
Is it the Gabriel Byrne one? Not Gabriel Byrne. What's his name? Gay someone.
Gay Byrne.
Gay Byrne. That's it. Yeah. Not Gay.
No. This is about an actual gig and the absolute mayhem that was going on in this local Irish parish hall, basically, where Meat had no business performing. It's tremendous. I'll send it on to you at some stage. Karl, did you want to talk about anything in particular or footy related, or do you have any openers for us?
Well, I mentioned Terry Hall. Obviously, that's a big thing for people of our for our generation. I'm happy to talk about why The 51st Date is a bloody awful film.
I do want to get your take on that, so go ahead.
It's the bit where he goes into the United pub with his Liverpool shirt on and everyone sits quietly and listens.
Yeah.
Lad, you wouldn't get it past. You wouldn't get to the bar.
But then he eventually sort of puts it up to them in a way that he does get a chase, right? I do recall he gets a chase. Does he let off a flare or something? I can't remember. Is it something like that?
Didn't he brick the window?
Something like that. And this is one of my biggest. I've got many coverall claims which I think should never be refuted. One of which is that the bigger the pub, the worse it is. Small pubs are better always. And the other one for me is that there are no good football films. It just doesn't work. You can't do it. I'm a football film about football.
I'm going to make the case because I probably pretty much agree with you, and I want to get the opinion of Lisa Marie and Karl on this as well. I'm going to make the case for Escape to Victory because there are actual footballers in it doing actual football bits.
And John Walk.
John Walk's there. The two
Steve
lads.
McManaman is in goal too.
Yeah, there's a point.
I can't offer an opinion. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Escape to Victory?
I think that's a different thing. When it's actually about games that are going on, about seasons that have happened, rather than just. I mean, Gregory's Girl is a fantastic film. Of course it is. It's one of the greatest films ever made. I don't mean that. I mean actual football. But
the whole the set piece of Escape to Victory is the match against the Germans. And you've got Pele, man. You've got Ozzy Ardiles. You've got lots of boys doing actual bits. And I think even the guy who played the main star in the German team was a footballer too, as well as an actor. So, like, I don't know. I think that's the one exception where the football isn't cringy. But then you do have Sly Stallone as a goalkeeper, and that is an issue.
Yeah, I mean, you can say Kes as well, but I mean actual about like, proper football clubs, not a game of football within a film.
Oh, well, I can't even think of such a thing. Name me a movie that is about a proper football club. I mean, what? Fucking
well, 51st State is definitely one, because he goes to a Liverpool match.
Or Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Isn't John Henry in it? Oh, John Henry's in the Moneyball. Yeah, that's I was
Moneyball. Yeah. That's baseball.
But he's actually in it, right? So there's a scene where he's.
There is a scene, but is that actually John Henry?
I don't think. No, it's not him acting as him, but it's like the character of actual John.
Yeah,
Henry.
it is the actual character at the end because he offers Brad Pitt's character a job with the Red Sox.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, but I think it's not a bad point you make. I mean, can Lisa Marie or Guy actually put something forward?
The Damned United's a good genuine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the one I've seen. I recently watched The Damned United.
That's more about the man rather than football.
Yeah, exactly. They don't go to an existing game of football to watch a game of football.
I also would have issues having read the book with a lot of the casting there. In that, do
you not like Michael Sheen?
I'm a fan of Sheen generally, but I think he makes Clough a bit too mincy, and Clough was scary, man. He was scary. Like he acted in a way that was, the voice was quite high pitched, and he had sort of certain gestures that were, perhaps not like overtly aggressive or masculine or whatever. But he was a scary bastard. You would not mess with Brian Clough, and I didn't get that sense of threat off Sheen. That would be my issue there. And then some of the casting, like the guy they got to play Johnny Giles, and Stephen Graham was playing somebody. I think that might have been Johnny Giles. It just didn't work. But look, that I quibble. But I think this is going very much to what Karl's saying. I think when you're casting movies like this, you have to be very careful. At least make the lads look freaking athletic. Make them look like actual footballers, albeit 70s footballers, but make them look like proper athletes.
American sport has got this much better, I think, because you've got like Remember the Titans and
so many American
Blindside and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like for basketball, Coach Carter's fucking fantastic.
Coach Carter's great. They do it well. What would you say is the best sports movie, Lisa Marie, that you've watched that actually deals with the sport?
I mean, yeah, Remember the Titans is very good. It's funny. I mentioned this on the last time we were all together, and I talked about that podcast that I've started listening to about Friday Night Lights. And the more I listened to that, they really got the football aspect, especially being high school, and because it turns out they did use footage from actual Texas football games, high school football games, intermingled into, what the actors were doing in the show. So I think that is, and it's been a long time since I saw the movie Friday Night Lights. I mean, I did see it, but it was years ago. But seeing as the same people made the movie that, then it became the show, I would say, that's probably a front runner.
I agree completely. I used to enjoy watching the sports sequences and that, instead of cringing.
Just on this, Trev, Google has Pink Panther 2 with Steve Martin listed as a football film, which I'm very much for.
What in the name of all that's holy could the possible connection be there? Or do you think
it's set a football game? Because he interviews football people because they think they stole the diamond. Oh, no, it's killed some. Because I think they think one of the football players killed someone or something.
Well, I need you to pivot back to what you said earlier on. Goal 2, because I remember this series of movies called Goal. Doesn't it follow like some young South American kid who makes it and plays a reality?
Santi Muniz. Is it Muniz? I can't remember the bloody name. Santi. So Goal 1, he's at Newcastle. You get a bit of Shearer in there, doing training, and then Goal 2, he goes to Real Madrid. I think you have Beckham, Raul. Steve McManaman has a speaking role.
It's his arse, probably.
Dramatic pause.
Second gratuitous arse reference of the day, and I approve both of them.
And goal free is at the World Cup, but I don't think Santi is in it that much.
And can I ask you, because you clearly, as our resident film guru, have seen these movies? I haven't
seen Free because it's meant to be like beyond shit, but I like the first two.
Well, is the football in any good? The actual football part?
This bloke takes free kicks from about 40 yards, and they might as well break physics. Okay. It's very good, yes.
Yes, sounds tremendous. I'm just my one sports movie shed that I have to throw in here. I don't know if it actually works in terms of the reality of the gameplay, but the combat aspect on the park that you get with American football is very well represented, which is Any Given Sunday, which I love, I have to say. I know it's not. Yeah, that speech is fantastic, but I do like the movie in general. I think that was pretty decent. But again, I would imagine purists would be cringing at the actual presentation of the sport. I don't know.
Mean Machine with Omar Dajili doing an overhead kick.
Oh my God, is that a thing?
Chef, have you not seen Mean Machine? The English one.
I don't remember it. That's with Vinnie Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Yeah, I did see
Omar Dajili scores an overhead kick. He attempts to score. No, he fails to score an overhead kick. Danny Dyer has the tap-in role because he plays the stupid person. So Danny Dyer scores an open goal, and then they all celebrate.
Are you that person who has everything? The coolest merch and those must-have fan threads? Well, over at our Anfield Index shop, we've gone that extra mile when it comes to pimping up your Liverpool collection. From our popular range of bespoke design t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies and hats, to our signature edition mugs, prints and coasters, all provided with fast worldwide shipping. We have something for every red. We also stock official LFC merchandise and are licensed with the Premier League and UEFA to sell official iron-on shirt badges and sleeve patches. As a listener to this podcast, you can get 10% off everything with coupon code AIPRO10. Just head over to AnfieldIndex.shop or find us on Etsy by searching for Anfield Index.
Well, you've kind of already sold it to me now. With if you've got Jones, Jalili, and Dyer. I mean,
Jason Statham plays Monk, a crazy.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Back when Statham was actually like perhaps
enjoyable.
Not. Yeah. But before he was in every big action movie ever, like Statham's just that career, man. The kid used to be a swimmer before Guy Ritchie picked him up. That's remarkable. Did you, Lisa Marie, have anything that you wanted to bring up by way of an issue? I was going to say at the start of the show, but we're about 7,000 minutes into it. Did you have anything particularly you wanted to talk about?
No, that was just my weather report. That was my intro for the week. So no, we can proceed with, I don't know, the rest of the podcast if you wish.
Well, the rest of the podcast,
now that it's half over.
Yeah, at this point, the rest of the podcast will look like this. Is there anything that we want to talk about to do with the Reds? Because myself and Guy did the show last night based on the comeback to the season, which was the 3-2 defeat to City. And I feel like I'm all talked out about that particular game. And my big takeaway, much to Guy's chagrin, was I was lamenting endlessly about how I really do think they need to go and start throwing some money at the walls now, given the injury situation and all the rest of it. And I want us to rescue this season because I can see it drifting away. So I wouldn't mind just getting a quick take from all of you on that particular thing, because some of you might tell me to run away and stop being such a crybaby, and some of you may agree. And I'd just like to get your take on it. So, Lisa Marie, I know you were listening live, so you know exactly the topic I'm talking about. As you were listening, did you find yourself wincing and thinking, oh God, he's talking about new players, I'm not going to get new players, stop talking about new players, what was, like, what's your take on what surgery needs to be done? Do you think it's going to get done, and so on?
And I agree with you, Trev. I mean, I think, especially now, I just caught a couple bits coming across on Klopp's conference this morning, and apparently Bobby Firmino is going to be out for a couple games, as well as Milner. And yeah, I think we need we need an injection of something. but whether or not it's going to happen, I don't know. I've listened to the latest transfer podcast that you and Dave Davis did as well. And, I always feel optimistic after those. So I don't know if it's, false optimism or not, but I just hope, the right people are looking at the big picture and seeing that, if we have a prayer of top 4, we've got to get, we've got to get some depth into the team, and a spark of something. So I remain hopeful as always, as you know, that is my optimism tends to be my default, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I'm not necessarily too upset about the loss yesterday. Now, I didn't see the first half. I only saw the second half of the game. Because again, it was the first time, back playing after, however many weeks off. So, I'm not as worried about that. And I think, I don't remember if it was you or Dave or Guy or one of you that was talking about, I think it was you, Guy, where it was like, hey, we're out of it. That means that it's less games that the players we have to worry about, covering. And while it would have been nice to take it, we're not going to lose a lot of sleep of the fact that, we're out of that cup. So.
Yeah, that was definitely me because I was trying to console myself.
I thought there was a little bit from Guy because he was like, now I don't have to worry about, hosting the post.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, not to speak for Guy, Karl, but I want to bring you in on this to see if you've got sort of a counter opinion. I kind of have a feeling you might, but I could be wrong. I don't want to put words in your mouth or speak for Guy, but like both of us by the end of the show, we're kind of thinking, well, I mean, we either do something or given the situation, like with Diaz and all the other bits and pieces that have been afflicting us and have started to afflict us again, even in that little mini off season, and the recent now illnesses again, and all the rest of it, and what some of us considered the glaring issue that we had to address anyway. It seems to be all very much accentuated now by some further complications. And so I think in a way that it's kind of almost necessary to do some surgery now in January. The alternative, of course, like I said, and I'm not trying to talk for Guy here, is that we just end up saying, well, sod it, and, almost cynically play the season out and maybe try even to avoid those intermediate European competitions. And the knock-on effect from that then, of course, Karl, is, are you really going to be able to attract anybody in the summer without the immediate lure of Champions League football? Lads are very short attention spans. I find it's a very complicated area, Karl. It's not a simple thing. Like when you look at it, what's your goal on it? Like the season to come and the necessity to move in the transfer market. Those two things.
Well, we're going to get top 4, so I'm not overly worried about that.
Are we?
Yeah, of course we are.
What are you basing that on, man? You can't be basing that on the form of the first half of the season, because if you are, you're wrong. 5
months to go is what I'm saying. We've had a bad start to the season, but we've beaten the bloody league champions who are probably going to be the European champions. And, I'm not counting last night because we had 12-year-olds in playing, and I thought they were very bad, and I thought ours were too. Theirs were too. No, I don't think you can't write the season off in December. You can't do that. And no, it's not going well. Of course, it's not going well. But you don't throw the towel in. You don't do that. Do you really think Arsenal are going to win the league? Because at the if you read it today, then they've already won it. We're 6th. we're in 6th place, and we are 7 points behind 4th place. And we've got to play everyone again. I think we'll pick up 6 points. We're not going to get Champions League football. Of course we are. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother going. But as for of course we need signings, because I was really disappointed with Fabio Carvalho last night, and people are going to go, yeah, but he scored. But he's for that sort of game, he's too light, and he was getting knocked over all over the place. I'm appalled at Joe Gomez last night as well for that first goal, and I know he's playing RoboCop, but just basics, get across your player, just get across. That's your job. Get across the player. But they're all rusty, so, it doesn't really count on anything. I'm quite pleased that it was 3-2, because I did think, if they're up for this could be 4-0 when I saw the team. But yeah, we need, we need signings, and whatever you think about Bellingham or the other lads, but I don't know. But we need fresh blood, because they're all getting old, and They really are. But the thing that concerned me more than anything last night is we were so bloody nice. Just nice to everyone. I said this to my mate this morning, how does Rodri leave that pitch with a workable jaw? How is no one leaving something in on Rodri?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't mean it sort of, but you've got to stand up for yourself. And they didn't stand up for themselves at all last night. Rodri comes over and pushes Carvalho. Why isn't anyone going nose to nose with him saying, you don't do that to my lad? You don't do that. Fabinho walked away. I don't want him to walk away. I want him to be wearing your studs tomorrow morning. And I'm not, and that's not just us, it's all macho stuff. That's important within the game. You stand up for yourself. Otherwise, you get bullied. But Liverpool got bullied.
Well, certainly by him, he was allowed away with murder, both by Coote and I wouldn't mind, but the push on Fabinho was a sneaky one by Gundogan that most people missed because it just looked like Rodri was throwing his weight around. But Rodri was going in on Queevy and Kelleher soon afterwards. He was just he was literally throwing his sizable weight around, and I agree with you on that. We do need to be, but look, I guess this is what I'm trying to push you on. I'm not fully getting where you're going with the blanket confidence, because look at our squad. We're going to have to play these kids. Like, we've got Bobby to come back in whenever.
And that's the issue, isn't it? And that's
it is. It is.
I like Ben Doak, but he shouldn't be starting games for Liverpool, and not that he has, but and it is a disgrace that we're not. We need 3 signings. 2 of them are going to be big. Have to be proper big. After the Arthur Melo debacle.
I always forget he exists.
I had to look at him the other day. Well, I do a fantasy league redraft thing. I did that this week, and he appeared on the list. I genuinely thought he'd gone.
Well, let me bring Guy in to push him on this topic before we do our Christmas quiz to finish off. I mean, Karl there is saying he's supremely confident we're going to get top 4. I would say that I'm not at all if it's contingent on signings for me because of the Diaz absence now, the ongoing absence of Jota, the current short-term absence of Bobby Firmino, and the list goes on. You know what I'm saying here, Guy. I think our confidence around having enough about us to finish top 4 is contingent on signings. And I'm fairly unequivocal about that. Where do you stand? Are you a different opinion?
I mean, if the current squad flips 180 from the first half of the season, we will get top 4. But do I have confidence in that? Not really. It's just it's weird, because I think if it wasn't for the forward injuries, you'd just go, if we get one midfielder, adds to the legs, we're not reliant on Naby Keita having working limbs to rotate a bit in midfield that aren't children. But Diaz is out till March, I think, or it might be Jota that's out till March. One of them's out till March, one's out till February. But we know Jota will probably get injured again. This is Diaz's first big injury in his career, so will he now become Naby Keita 2.0? I have just scared myself. What the hell have I just said? Fuck's sake. But we need to address 2 positions, and maybe even a third, but asking too much off in a January transfer window. But if the lads play like they will, we will piss top 4, let's be honest. But I don't have the confidence in it. I think the midfield's been left to rot. We're expecting too much of Elliott, who shouldn't be starting for us, never mind people like Ben Doak that Karl mentioned. Curtis Jones hasn't taken any steps, I don't think. Maybe slightly better defensively than when he was, but he's dropped off on the ball from when he first broke through. Naby Keita Pringles, Thiago Pringles, Henderson's declined now. Fabinho was Tabinho Tavares for the first half of the season, or his twin evil brother. So yeah, it's just the only thing that gave me confidence is that Fabinho looked a bit more like himself in his cameo last night. But
I was going to say that.
Yeah, that's the only reason that maybe the World Cup's out the way. There's no fear about injuries now. Maybe we see that uptick from Fabinho, from Van Dijk especially, and that can carry us through. But then you've still got John Henderson, who had a couple good games for England, but it's been rarer and rarer for Liverpool. Yeah, it's just we need at least one in midfield who will make a big impact. And we said on Raw, didn't we? It can't be Kabak and fucking Davis 2.0.
No, it's got to be it's got to be an immediate impact type of individual, which is a big ask. Which is why
Jude.
What have you turned into fucking Father Christmas all of a sudden?
Jude.
It's Jude. Oh, lad. I'll tell you what, if it ends up being Jude, I'm going to get on and do a pod with you, with the two of us just laughing for a full hour.
Jude and Declan Rice.
Jude and Declan Rice.
Sign them on the pitch.
Get Enzo in there as well. We haven't had a good Argentinian
all
in 10 years.
All three of them signing on the pitch before Villa.
Yeah.
At Villa Park.
Merry Christmas.
Not even on our own.
Whilst Coutinho watches what could have been.
Yeah.
No, you won't believe this guy. He's injured.
Injured.
Yeah, injured.
Right then. We have been recording for how long now, Guy? What's the count?
44 minutes and 18 seconds.
Perfect timing. We are going to do a Christmas quiz. And I'm thinking at the moment 5 questions each. I have the opportunity to do much more than that, but I have you all written down here on a little separate pages opening, and I'm going to keep track of this score. And I'm going to take these completely random questions in the order that they came. Okay, it's from a place. I'm not even telling you because one, if you'll open it up and look it up because you're cheap. But I had the Cosmopolitan Christmas quiz, but it was absolute gack. This one, the first 10 or 15, I mean, look, they're fine. This is what we're doing. So 5 each, and we'll see how you go. So do feel free to play along at home. Do we have any?
You did this to Russell Osman.
I have, yeah.
How did you get on at home with that? That was a tricky one, wasn't it? Did Grant get that?
Hey, it's important to keep a connection with your listeners. I do try to.
Trev. Listeners, Trev. Yeah.
As opposed to just my mum.
Yeah. Me on a car journey somewhere.
Your pessimism about how many people you actually get listened to by is quite remarkable. I have put you right on that, by the way, in case people are out there listening. Hang on a minute. We do know how many of you are out there, and we appreciate you immensely. So let's get started. Do we have any preferences for order, or will I just go ahead and work it out now by getting you to pick a number?
You've won anyway, haven't you? So go on.
This is the first time I'm actually not going to be included or take any glory at all, I promise.
That doesn't matter. You'll do it anyway.
I have. We're not finished yet. I may well just claim.
The winner of the quiz goes into the super quiz against Trev.
Yes,
including Trev.
Look, I can't promise anything, but currently I'm feeling.
He let me win last year.
I'm feeling very Christmassy.
He didn't let me win. He allowed. I won fair and square last year. He didn't take any credit.
There you go. That's what you meant to say first time around.
You haven't seen the trophies made.
I have a tiara. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Fashioned from a gingerbread house. Just one of the cast-offs from your table of confectionery yesterday. Holy shit.
Lisa Marie's Greg's business.
Lisa Marie's sideline Greg's.
Oh, can I just say that I love Greg's Hanahan as a new nickname. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change Greg in my phone. Here's Greg's.
Are we going Greg's or Coupland's? Or both?
What do Greg's do as much of the sweet stuff? I just know Greg's because
they do. Yeah.
I go there for their sausage rolls, so that's what my connection with them is.
I don't need a VPN. I've got nothing to hide. This is what I used to tell myself before I hooked up with LibertyShield.com. Not only is my home internet now fully encrypted, but I can now access all the websites I want, whenever I want, and do so from absolutely anywhere. As a Liverpool fan, I love to know I can now watch every match, regardless of whether it's on UK TV or not. My Liberty Shield VPN makes sure nothing is blocked, and guarantees me super fast streaming speed throughout that match. You can get connected right now with their software package, which includes a 48-hour no-obligation free trial and instant access to their apps for Apple, Android, Fire TV, PC, Mac, and Android TV. Or go a step further like I have and get one of their pre-configured VPN routers. These small but powerful devices allow you to easily connect every device in your home to VPN, making it the perfect solution for smart TVs, Mag boxes, and games consoles. Visit libertyshield.com today and use coupon code AIVPN25 to get 25% off at checkout.
Are we ready to begin? I need you to pick a number between 1 and 10, and the first person to get that number will get to go first, and then we'll work out second. So, Karl, number between 1 and 10, go please.
Number 5, Ray Kennedy.
Number 5, Ray Kennedy. Lisa Marie.
Number 3.
Number 3. No, Guy Drinkle.
Rubino.
Number 6. No, not Wolverine. He's a prick. Someone.
Tiago's 6.
Shall we go with Tiago?
Yes.
No, Karl Kopak.
9, Robbie Fowler.
It's not 9, Robbie Fowler. Go for it, Lisa Marie.
Number 8.
Oyvind Leonardson.
It's not number 8 either.
Good Lord.
This is turning into quite the competition, Guy. Go.
2? Have we got 2 left?
We've 2's left, yeah. It's not 2. Karl, back to you. Yeah.
1, Ray Clemens.
No, it's not 1, Ray Clemens.
Okay, what numbers are left?
Do you
wait, you said that 7?
Of course it's 7, Kenny Dalglish. Jesus.
Oh.
Yes. You go first.
Harry Kewell.
Guy, do you wish to go second, or do you wish to get into a battle with Karl for second, or do you care?
I don't care.
So Guy second. Okay, Lisa Marie, Guy, Karl. That's the order I have on my page. It's almost like I meant it. Right, here we go. How many presents, Lisa Marie, in total were given in the 12 days of Christmas? You know that song.
Oh, Lord, I got this question last year and got it wrong.
Yes, you did. And it's why you've got it again. And I cannot allow you.
And I do not remember the answer. Well, my God. It was a high number.
Yeah, you're not getting enough time to do the sums. So come on.
1,973.
No. No. I will offer it to the other 2, and the first to say the correct answer gets it.
Oh, what? They've had longer to figure it out. No fair.
That's actually.
I'm too tired to do.
Also,
722.
Yeah, no, so I'm not giving that.
79. It's
364.
No.
And I'm not offering questions. So far, Lisa Marie. That's my sound effect from 70s TV shows in English.
Mr. Babbage.
Guy Drinkle, your question. Name the famous Christmas ballet.
Seriously?
Come on.
Good work, sir.
Yes.
Karl Kopak. How many Scrabble points for the word Christmas?
Right. I'm going to work it out. I want to say 21.
It's 16.
Oh, okay.
Round to you again, Lisa Marie. What is Frosty the Snowman's nose made of?
A carrot.
I mean, that's a fine guess, but apparently it's a button.
Oh, yes, it is. Frosty the Snowman. Yeah,
that's
button
what.
Nose. Yeah, you're right.
Lovely.
That sounds like bullshit to me.
According to the song, that is correct.
Considering Guy is already in the lead, you're not going to be happy with this, Lisa Marie or Karl. Guy, what is it that you should do under the mistletoe?
Okay, have you given me the children's questions here? I'm happy for that, but forget what sound does a car make? Kiss is the answer.
It is. Karl has got an equally easy one, so Lisa Marie's going to be pissed
off.
Don't
say that.
How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish? I'm going to need an accent here.
Feliz Navidad.
Very good. We'll give you that one. Lisa Marie, back to you. How many
Melakalikimaka is the way you say it in Hawaiian. But anyway.
Well, that's very impressive, but I'm not giving you a point for it. How many candles should there be on an Advent wreath?
4.
Yeah, see, that's the answer, but I thought they had it wrong. Is it not like 4 around 1?
Well, I was wondering. I was debating that. It's like,
wreath.
okay, there's the 3 purple and the 1 pink, but are we counting the white in the middle?
Yeah, but it's not on the wreath, so that's probably
okay. So 4 is correct.
Good answer. You're right.
Yay.
Right. You're right.
As
anyway.
a good Catholic girl should, yes.
Now, Guy Trinkle, because you were getting all bent out of shape.
777.
Which president of the United States was the first to decorate the White House Christmas tree?
I don't even know that.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm glad I didn't give it to you then.
Washington?
It's not Washington. It's the tremendously well-known Franklin Pierce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The 14th president of the United States.
Oh, good.
From the state of New Hampshire.
Just stop.
Rampant alcoholic lost his child in a train crash.
Oh, good God.
Yes, on the way to his inauguration.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I have the kids question again?
I want to let these guys get their showboating out of the way.
Come on, let's get presidential numbers down. Come on.
Let's get some presidential answers from you here now in terms of your literary knowledge. What year, was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens? Dixon, it says by Charles Dixon. Oh my God, lads.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, published what year? You've got a choice of 3, so don't jump. 1799. You've got a choice of 4. 1799, 1801, 1837, 1843.
It's got to be 1843.
It is 1843.
Yeah.
You didn't think it was 1799?
No, strangely,
even alive then.
I thought you'd have to be born at that point.
Well, the Muppets were about then, so you must have inspired them.
Yeah.
At the end of round 3, and we were going to do 5 rounds, the score is Lisa Marie 1, Guy 2, Karl 2. We're going on to round 4.
Downey 7.
Downey's quietly got 8. The question 10. What is the name, Lisa Marie, of Scrooge's dead business partner?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this will annoy you if you don't get it. I can hear someone.
No, it's like on the tip of my tongue. It starts with the letter M.
I can actually hear your keys.
Marley.
Jacob
Marley
is correct. I'll give you that.
Marley and Marley.
I have no faith now in anything. I could hear people actually clicking the key.
I was muted. It was Karl cheating.
Unbelievable.
I'm not cheating. I was cheating.
Question 11, Guy Drinkle. In which ocean is Christmas Island situated?
Pacific.
It's a fine guess, sir, but you are wrong. It's the Indian Ocean. Karl Kopak, last question of round 4 for you.
Wait, what ocean was that?
What's that?
What ocean was it?
The Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Christmas Island. Question 12, which is, like I said, the last question of round 4. Which continent does Christmas dinner favorite, the turkey, originate from?
I'm going to say Asia.
Again, a fine guess, but it's apparently North America, and they do have a big turkey tradition there with presidential pardons and so on.
Yeah,
but that's for Thanksgiving. You pardon the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but the turkey has to be alive on Christmas. So he can be actually eaten then. He gets
Christmas.
Yeah. You pardon him, then let him off for a few weeks, sneak up on the bastard and eat him. It's a glorious tradition.
Yeah, but I've never done turkey for Christmas because we do it for Thanksgiving. We always do ham or like a tenderloin. But anyway.
Oh, actually, this reminds me. I'm going to pause the quiz midway. I do have a question that I have to ask you that came in on Twitter from Nick. Pretty sure it was from Nick. Let me just.
It was
Nick Turner.
And Nick asks, do the following items belong on a full Christmas dinner? I'm pausing it here at the end of round 4 because it's 2 each. So this next round could be the decider. Do the following items belong on a full Christmas dinner? 1, stuffing. 2, cranberry sauce. 3, bread sauce. 4, sprouts. 5, Yorkshire puddings. Now, first of all, I'm Irish, so Yorkshire puddings wouldn't be on it. I don't know what bread sauce is, but I presume some sort of savoury white sauce. I think I've seen it before. Sprouts are a big thing for us. Stuffing, big thing for us. But I agree with Nick. Stop putting fruit on carvery dinners in any way, shape, or form. Sauce or chunks of pineapple, like my old man used to put on the ham. No. So for me, I'm only having 2 of those. Karl Kopak, stuffing, cranberry sauce, bread sauce, sprouts, Yorkshire puddings. How many of them are going to be on your Christmas plate?
4, because bread sauce is the stuff of evil.
What is it? Explain to us what it is.
It's just like
I had to look it up.
Paste. It's basically wallpaper paste. Bolted.
That's what it looked like.
But is it kind of salty?
Of sauces.
Is it salty? Like, what's the idea of it? What's it for?
I've only had it once, and
okay.
On a Christmas dinner, in fact, and my dad got annoyed because we all said, "What the fuck is this?"
Okay, right. Okay, so you're having all the rest of it. Quite happy with a bit of cranberry sauce there floating around.
Well, I don't eat meat, so cranberry sauce has never been a thing for me because obviously that's a turkey thing. But I love the Yorkshire pudding, love a sprout.
Would you have stuffing, considering you don't eat meat?
Yeah, I like stuffing.
Yeah, same as that. Guy, as the other person who's going to be able to relate to most of these, we'll go to you next. Stuffing, cranberry sauce, bread sauce, sprouts, Yorkshire puddings. Of the 5, how many are going on your plate?
Same 4 for me. Cranberry sauce only with turkey and turkey sandwiches, obviously. But mint sauce for. I don't really do.
Great.
Yeah, I haven't really done horseradish. I might have to. I might have to give it a bash. Yeah, I have to give that a bash.
Hang on. Mint sauce.
Yeah.
On your Christmas.
Lamb, really.
Maybe not on
yeah,
Christmas.
It's for lamb.
Maybe carvery stuff, mint sauce.
Right. Okay. From the American perspective, Lisa Marie, stuffing, cranberry sauce, bread sauce, sprouts, Yorkshire puddings. How many of those 5 are going to actually feature on your Christmas plate?
That would be a 0.
0? No, you don't do stuff. Oh, okay. So you don't have.
First of all,
yeah, you don't
cranberry sauce, stuffing, all of that's Thanksgiving. That's
they're turkey
more of a Thanksgiving meal, which again, obviously, American holiday. For Christmas, sprouts not necessarily.
Okay.
And potentially, I don't know. My mother's doing Christmas dinner, and she doesn't necessarily always do the same thing every year. Kind of changes it up. So, yeah, no, none of that. And the Yorkshire pudding, as you said, that's not us. And yeah, the what was it? Bread gravy?
Bread sauce. Yeah, bread sauce.
Bread sauce. Never heard of that. Had to look that up. And I agree with Karl. It looked like wallpaper paste. So, yeah.
Well, I actually, to weigh in, never give a solitary fuck what's on my plate once there are at least 8 types of potatoes.
Yes.
Cliched Irish man that I
was going to say, and where are you from again?
Yeah. I want roast potatoes. I want mashed potatoes. I want garlic potatoes. I want dauphinoise potatoes. Get me the potatoes, lads. And
get a Hasselback in there, and now we're talking.
Oh, a Hasselback as well. Love them. Love them as well. Round 5. Let's see who wins this quiz in the name of God. Question 1 of round 5, Lisa Marie Hannan. One of the most popular Christmas toys of 1971. Who or what wobble but don't fall down?
Weebles wobble but they don't fall down.
Oh, that's really good. I've never heard this before.
You?
No, never. It was 1971's before my time, Karl.
Which was before I was born. Thank you. But
no,
I did have. But you forgot. You forget. My father was a toy buyer. For a department store.
Of course. I sometimes get confused with the Bronte timeline. I think you go back to the 1800s.
I know, but yeah. Oh, you're yes, but Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
That's really good. You see, you had an advantage there with your background. Very good. I love how these fall. Okay, let me change the score. So far, at least Marie's in winning position. If you were born, Guy Drinkle, on Christmas Day, what is your star sign?
Fucking hell.
Oh, fuck me.
You see, you don't, Karl.
I knew that one. I know this one too. But
it's not necessarily easy. I wouldn't know this.
Sagittarius.
Oh, it's not.
Almost.
It's Capricorn.
Oh, fuck off. I was going to go with Capricorn.
Karl Kopak, can you bring it to a playoff with Lisa Marie? Question 15, the final one in the quiz so far. What country has the tradition of filling children's clogs? For fuck's sake. What country has the tradition of filling children's clogs with candy and treats on December the 5th?
Tricky, innit? Well, I'm gonna go Netherlands.
I think you might be right. Okay, we're gonna do the next ones straight off the top. Question to both of you. Whoever jumps in first with the correct answer, get a bit of drama. So first tiebreaker, again, it's the first person to answer correctly. It will be offered to the other person then.
How about your name as your buzzer? So we can have a buzzer by saying our name.
Would you like to do that? Are you okay with that?
Karl,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Am I allowed to use LM instead of Lisa Marie? Because, it's kind of lengthy.
Yeah.
Greg's.
Yes, Greg's.
Thames Polytechnic Kopak.
Oh my God. Right, here we go. Question, tiebreaker number 1. The most popular toy of 1980 was actually designed by a professor of architecture in Budapest to teach his students about spatial
Lisa Marie.
Oh, the toy queen is in. It is?
No, I said it first.
Karl said that first.
Oh, okay, my hearing's fucked. Sorry about that. Sorry, Lisa Marie.
I really did. That was
Go for it, Karl.
It's the Rubik's Cube.
It is the Rubik's Cube. I assume that's what you were going with, Lisa Marie?
It was what I was going with as well, yes.
I'm terribly sorry that I got your hopes up there by mishearing, Karl.
See, if I wasn't here, Karl, you would be currently getting cheated out of a quiz. So.
Well, I'm probably going to end up, by the time he's written it down, I'm going to be third anyway, behind Greg's and Downey.
No, I'm going to say nothing. I'm just going to put it in the show notes that I won and sneak.
You got them all, didn't you, Trev?
I'm going to call the quiz, the show quiz champion Trev Downey, and he can all fuck off for Christmas. So we should wrap it up there because.
Congratulations, Karl. See, I can be gracious, a gracious loser.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yes.
I think the real.
Although I would like to note that I came from behind to nearly win.
Heartfelt.
I bottled that.
And sincere. You did.
I knew the turkey one. I knew the North American turkey one.
I'm glad it actually worked out quite well. I'm glad. So we should start wrapping it up. I'm going to start by saying keep an eye out for the Christmas episode number 50 of Great Stories, which has just come out in the last couple of days. It's about 50 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that of a story and a little bit of chat afterwards. Do give that a listen if you're one of those people who's sitting on the fence has never heard of it and don't think it might be your thing. Go and try it and see what you think, and give a listen to all the various content that we'll be coming out with on the channel over the next few weeks. A lot of people putting in a lot of heavy lifting and doing good stuff. That's my little bit of a plug, and I want to wish everyone a happy Christmas who does listen to us. We do appreciate you. Karl, anything you wanted to mention there before we go?
Not especially. We've just finished recording the latest version of my Sherlock podcast from Adelaide to Amberley, myself and John Rees. We've just done the Dancing Men, which is an absolute classic with Paul Edwards. And the next one we're doing is The Sultry Cyclist.
Love it. Lisa Marie, any last minute plugs or recs or mentions of any sort?
Well, again, I would also like to say Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Just try to enjoy the fun and the joy of the season. And apparently I'm going to be on Nina's show after the Villa game on Monday. So listen in.
Perfect. And Guy, bring us home if you've got any particular recommendations or plugs.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Fuck y'all, I'm out.
Has anyone here argued against that, though?
In terms of a counter suggestion? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean, like, I think all of us have agreed that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I know that there are those who argue otherwise, but I think that's been the consensus on this show.
No, you'll always get one contrarian, but I think we're all agreed, yes, that it's absolutely a Christmas movie. But not as much of a Christmas movie as Santa Jaws, if we're all being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
That's where the action's at. I want to thank Guy and Lisa Marie and Karl for joining me on this very close to Christmas final show of our year. More than likely, we might get one in before New Year. We'll see what we can do. But if we don't, I hope you have a lovely holiday season. Thanks to the lads for making this a very enjoyable show. And we'll join you in the new year to do what we do and take you through to the end of the season and beyond. So from us, until we talk to you next, good luck.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.